Imagine this. You settle into your favorite chair as the day winds down. The house is quiet. The to-do list is mostly done. Yet, beneath the surface of this calm, something is still racing. Your heart, your blood pressure. For millions of Americans, this nightly internal storm is a silent, relentless reality. It's a reality that medication helps manage, yes, but often doesn't fully tame, especially as evening approaches and the body prepares for rest, or perhaps struggles to find it. High blood pressure, this silent killer as it's often called, isn't just a number on a chart. It's a constant pressure on your most vital systems, increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke, even while you sleep. And for many, that evening measurement, that final check before bed, brings a familiar wave of anxiety, often pushing the numbers even higher. We've been told the answers lie in diet, in exercise, in prescription bottles. And yes, those are critical pieces of the puzzle. But what if there was a missing piece? A piece so simple, so fundamental, that it's been overlooked in the complex landscape of modern medicine. What if the key to calming that internal storm, to gently lowering your blood pressure before you even close your eyes, wasn't found in a pill or a strenuous workout, but in something you already do every single second of every single day? Can something as simple, as automatic as breathing truly hold the power to profoundly impact your blood pressure? That is the central question we will explore together. For decades, the conversation around high blood pressure has been dominated by a familiar narrative. It's a story of inputs and outputs. Watch what you eat, move your body more, and take the prescribed medication. This is the conventional wisdom, the bedrock of hypertension management, and it's a powerful, necessary approach. We see the commercials, read the articles, hear the doctor's advice. Focus on sodium, track your steps, don't miss a dose. This focus is understandable. Diet impacts cholesterol and weight. Exercise strengthens the heart, and medication directly targets the physiological mechanisms that keep pressure elevated. These are tangible, measurable actions. They fit neatly into treatment plans and offer concrete steps for patients to follow. It's a clear, logical framework, and for many, it yields significant results. We believe this story because it's reinforced everywhere we look. The medical establishment emphasizes these pillars. Public health campaigns promote them, and personal success stories often center around dramatic dietary changes or new exercise routines. It feels complete, a comprehensive strategy for tackling a complex problem. It is the accepted consensus, the established path to lower numbers. And yet, despite our best efforts, despite adhering to diet plans and exercise regimens and medication schedules, many still struggle with stubbornly high readings, particularly at certain times of day, like that critical period before sleep. Why? Because the conventional story, while true and vital, isn't the whole story. It focuses on the external inputs, but largely overlooks a powerful internal regulator that is constantly influencing your blood pressure. Beneath the level of conscious thought, the first real crack in this seemingly complete picture appeared with the growing understanding of the profound connection between the mind and the body, specifically the impact of stress on our physiology. We've all felt our heart race during a stressful moment. Our palms sweat, our breath quicken. That's not just a feeling. Studies began to emerge, stark and undeniable, showing that chronic stress isn't just an emotional burden. Then came the studies looking at non-pharmacological interventions, methods that didn't involve pills or strenuous activity, but focused on calming the system. Techniques like meditation, yoga, and yes, specific breathing exercises were shown to have a measurable impact on blood pressure. A meta-analysis, combining data from multiple studies, revealed that breathing exercises had a modest but significant effect in decreasing both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. This was the first undeniable aha moment. It proved that there was a powerful, often untapped internal lever we could pull. It showed that our internal state wasn't just a passenger on the journey of blood pressure management. This new perspective leads us to our first foundational strategy, a technique so simple, so accessible, you can begin using it tonight. It's called diaphragmatic breathing, or often just belly breathing. What is it? Diaphragmatic breathing is simply breathing deeply into your abdomen, rather than taking shallow breaths into your chest. Think of it as using the full capacity of your lungs, engaging the large, dome-shaped muscle called the diaphragm that sits below your lungs. How do you do it? Find a comfortable position, sitting or lying down. Place one hand gently on your upper chest and the other hand just below your ribcage on your abdomen. Now, inhale slowly through your nose, focusing on letting your belly rise as it fills with air, like inflating a balloon. The hand on your chest should remain relatively still. As you exhale slowly through your mouth, gently tighten your abdominal muscles, letting your belly fall inward, deflating that balloon. The key is to make the exhale slow and controlled. The scientific why. Think of your body not just as a machine, but as a house with a complex electrical system. Most of the time, we're only using the basic switches, the ones for digestion, movement, conscious thought. But there's a hidden control panel, one that regulates all the automatic functions: heart rate, digestion, and yes, blood pressure. This is your autonomic nervous system. Diaphragmatic breathing is like flipping a master switch on this hidden panel. It signals your body to shift from a state of alert, the fight or flight mode, towards a state of rest and repair, the rest and digest mode. This shift is mediated by the vagus nerve, a critical nerve that runs from your brain to many of your vital organs, including your heart and lungs. Deep, slow belly breathing stimulates this vagus nerve, telling your body it's safe to relax, to slow things down. It's like dimming the lights and turning off the alarms in that house. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert was in his late 60s, managing his blood pressure with medication, but his evening readings were consistently higher than his doctor liked. He was skeptical when his doctor suggested breathing exercises. Breathing, he chuckled, I do that all day. But he was also frustrated, so he decided to try it. The first few nights, he felt awkward. Lying there trying to make his belly rise felt unnatural. His mind wandered. He'd forget and start chest breathing again. He felt a little calmer, maybe, but the numbers on the monitor didn't budge much. He considered giving up. But he stuck with it, just a few minutes each night. He started focusing less on the numbers and more on the feeling of the breath moving through his body. He noticed that after a few minutes, the tension in his shoulders eased. His jaw relaxed. He wasn't getting dramatically lower readings yet, but he was feeling a subtle shift internally. After about a week, he noticed something interesting. His evening readings, while still elevated, weren't spiking quite as high. The anxiety he usually felt before measuring seemed to lessen. Robert's journey wasn't an overnight miracle. While diaphragmatic breathing is a powerful foundational step, we can amplify its effect significantly by adding a layer of precision, paced breathing. This isn't just breathing deeply. What is it? Paced breathing involves regulating the length of your inhales and exhales, often aiming for a slower overall breathing rate, typically around 6 breaths per minute. One popular and effective method is the 4-7-8 technique, though other rhythms like equal inhale-exhale counts, box breathing, are also beneficial. How do you do it? Building on diaphragmatic breathing, find your comfortable position. Inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4, allowing your belly to expand. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Then exhale completely and audibly through your mouth, making a gentle whoosh sound for a count of 8. Repeat this cycle. The synergy. If diaphragmatic breathing is like flipping the master switch to rest and digest, paced breathing is like fine-tuning the system for optimal performance. Breathing at a slower, controlled pace, especially with a longer exhale, further stimulates the vagus nerve and enhances something called baroreflex sensitivity. The baroreflex is a crucial mechanism that helps your body regulate blood pressure. By breathing slowly and rhythmically, you're essentially exercising and strengthening this reflex, making your body more efficient at keeping blood pressure stable. Think of it like this. Diaphragmatic breathing gets the right system online. Paced breathing optimizes its function. When you combine them, deep belly breaths paced at a slow, steady rhythm, you create a powerful synergy. You're not just calming the system. Now, this sounds simple, perhaps too simple, and that's where the biggest pitfall lies. The biggest mistake people make is inconsistency and expecting instant dramatic results. They try it once or twice, don't see a huge drop in their numbers, and decide it doesn't work. Another common roadblock is shallow chest breathing. Even when trying to do deep breathing, many people only expand their chest, not their abdomen. This doesn't engage the diaphragm properly and won't provide the same benefits. This is the point where most people give up. Here's how to fly right past it. First, understand that this is a practice, not a one-time fix. The benefits accumulate over time with consistent effort. Think of it like learning any new skill. We've talked about diaphragmatic breathing and pace breathing, powerful tools indeed. But what if I told you that both of these powerful strategies are just tools? The real power isn't in the tool itself, but in the hand that wields it, or more accurately, the system that the tool influences. We've hinted at it with the mention of the vagus nerve and the rest and digest state. But there's a deeper, more fundamental force at play, an underlying operating system that dictates your body's moment-to-moment state, including your blood pressure. This system is largely invisible, working behind the scenes, yet its influence is profound. Think of your body as a highly sophisticated vehicle. You have the steering wheel, conscious thought and action, the gas pedal, stress and activity, and the brakes, relaxation and rest. Exercise and medication are like tuning the engine or adjusting the tires. But there's an automatic transmission, a complex computer system that decides when to shift gears, how much fuel to use, and how the engine should respond to the road conditions. This is your autonomic nervous system. It's the unseen force that regulates your heart rate, your digestion, your body temperature, and crucially, the tension in your blood vessels, which directly impacts your blood pressure. And for many, this automatic pilot is stuck in a high-revving emergency mode, even when there's no emergency. The tools of breathing help, but understanding the system they influence is key to true mastery. This brings us to Pillar 3, the unlocking of the master control system, the autonomic nervous system, or ANS. As pioneering neuroscientists have discovered, the ANS is your body's automatic pilot, constantly making micro-adjustments to keep you alive and functioning. It has two main divisions, like two modes on that automatic pilot, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is the fight or flight mode. It's designed for emergencies. When activated, it increases your heart rate, constricts your blood vessels, raising blood pressure, releases stress hormones, and diverts energy to your muscles, preparing you to either confront a threat or run from it. In our modern world, this system is often triggered not by saber-toothed tigers, but by traffic jams, deadlines, and even worrying thoughts. The parasympathetic nervous system is the rest and digest mode. This is your body's state of repair, recovery, and calm. When activated, it slows your heart rate, dilates your blood vessels, lowering blood pressure, aids digestion, and conserves energy. This is the state you want to be in for optimal health and, importantly, for lower blood pressure, especially before sleep. Here is the unforgettable metaphor. Your autonomic nervous system is like a seesaw. On one side sits the sympathetic fight or flight, and on the other sits the parasympathetic, rest and digest. Stress, worry, and the pressures of daily life pile weight onto the sympathetic side, tilting the seesaw, keeping your body in a state of heightened alert and pushing your blood pressure up. Breathing, specifically slow, paced, diaphragmatic breathing, is the counterweight you can consciously add to the parasympathetic side. By taking slow, deep breaths, you stimulate the vagus nerve, which is the primary nerve of the parasympathetic system. This sends a powerful signal to your brain. The emergency is over. It's safe to relax. This signal begins to shift the balance on the seesaw, adding weight to the rest and digest side, allowing your heart rate to slow and your blood vessels to relax. This isn't just a relaxation technique. When you regularly activate the parasympathetic system, you're not just lowering the pressure in your arteries. So let's bring it all together and revisit our central question. Can something as simple as breathing truly hold the power to profoundly impact your blood pressure? The answer is supported by a growing body of scientific evidence, and the wisdom of those who have unlocked this potential is a resounding yes. Not as a replacement for necessary medical care, but as a powerful, accessible, and often overlooked tool that works in concert with other healthy habits. Pillar 1, diaphragmatic breathing, teaches you to breathe deeply and fully, engaging the body's natural relaxation response. Pillar 2, paced breathing, adds precision, optimizing the stimulation of the vagus nerve and strengthening your body's blood pressure regulation mechanisms. And Pillar 3 reveals the underlying mechanism. You are directly influencing your autonomic nervous system, shifting the balance from fight or flight to rest and digest. The 2-minute breathing trick before bed works because it's a direct, conscious way to signal your body to down-regulate its stress response and activate its relaxation response at a critical time, preparing you for restful sleep and supporting healthier blood pressure levels. And if we distill this entire journey, this understanding of the breath, the nervous system, and the body's innate ability to heal into one single, elegant, and powerful idea, it is this: your breath is the remote control for your nervous system. Knowledge is powerful, but applied knowledge is transformative. Let's move from understanding to action with a simple 3-day ignition sequence to start building this powerful new habit tonight. Tonight, day 1. Before you get into bed or as you settle in, commit to just 1 minute of slow, deep, diaphragmatic breathing. Don't worry about counting or pacing yet. Simply place a hand on your belly and focus on breathing in through your nose, letting your belly rise, and exhaling slowly through your mouth, letting your belly fall. Just 1 minute. The goal is simply awareness and initiating the practice. Tomorrow night, day 2, increase your practice to 2 minutes. As you breathe in and out, gently introduce a simple pace. Try inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 6. Focus on making the exhale slightly longer than the inhale. This begins to train your system for that powerful parasympathetic shift. The night after, day 3. Continue with the 2 minutes of paced Diaphragmatic breathing. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6. As you breathe, pay attention not just to the physical sensation, but to how you feel. Do you notice a sense of calm? A softening of tension? This is your body responding, confirming the power you hold within. You have embarked on a journey, not just of learning, but of reclaiming a fundamental aspect of your own physiology. You've discovered that within you lies a powerful tool, your breath, capable of influencing the very systems that govern your health and well-being. This isn't about perfection. What small step will you take tonight to reclaim control of your internal state? Share your thoughts and your journey. Remember, this information is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult with your doctor before making any changes to your health regimen, or if you have any health concerns. The power is within your breath. Use it wisely.